Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Preston Vogel here at Target Trading Academy with the Micros Market Recap. Today is October 26th. That is Tuesday at 4 p.m. That is Eastern Time. Let's get into our micro oil chart here. So you can see that we opened inside of yesterday's range, made a move down towards the bottom of the range where we had rejection of lower prices as it fought there, and we had a valid entry to go back up towards the point of control, and then we had a valid entry here and here. So that's three winners based off of Pat's HVA levels in the micro oil here. Now gold was a little weird today. It opened inside of its range and had just complete rejection of higher prices and did not want to be anywhere near it. So we had a no entry at that point until we retraced back to it, where we just said adios. So that's one valid entry if you trailed that all the way down. No setup for you here. Two, it's questionable. It was more of like a scalp based on our methodologies. And then three-ish, four if you took it. There's two opportunities you could have taken there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 so far in gold for it being not the best day. 5 technically. But nonetheless, those levels gave us 5 entries there and 2 or 3 in oil. Now the equities, they opened gap up. If you don't recall, gap up means you are above yesterday's range. Not only were they gap up, but we have new highs, right, in the market. So gap up, and then we had a short burst down where we met some support in the overnight, and then they just fought it. Some consolidation, sideways movements where we made some new highs again before coming back down towards the afternoon to yesterday's range, where we got into balance and then fiddled inside of today's range. And that's pretty much the same story for the NASDAQ as well, as the ES is coming back into range again during this period. So NASDAQ also, micro NASDAQ also was gap up, had that same sort of sell off and support where it met in the overnight, and then just kind of bled up before turning around towards yesterday's range. Here's that resistance where it came back down into balance, hitting that contract high. That is actually a valid entry that we have based off of our HVA levels. So it was one opportunity in the NASDAQ. So not too much today. There were more opportunities in gold and oil, as we've already said. The equities were not the greatest today. A lot of the times, and here's a free lesson to all of you, is if there's nothing good, just walk away, right? Don't force anything. That's how you end up being a loser, right? And probably why you're looking at trading videos in the first place, because you just don't know what you're doing. And we're not going to give out our methodologies for free, right? You can look at other trading opportunities or trading techniques on YouTube and try to learn from them. I put that in quotations. You can't see it, but I put that in quotations. And they're free for a reason, because they're worthless. So come check us out. Let's go through some trades today. First off, we got a not oil, but a gold short from Roman Jacobus live, real money. That short that we were looking at gold, the first real opportunity where it never came back to it. That's $60 live real money in gold micros. And then he had an advanced trade, and he got burned 170. So he's down a total of 110 for the day. He didn't have the correct settings. I don't know what he's doing, but these past few days he's been fiddling with the settings on his charts and not having them how we have instructed. So this is entirely his own fault. He should have had a winner off of that advanced trade, but nonetheless, we are looking at it. Mainly as an example because we have our stuff, our instruction, our material to a point for a reason. And if students are going to mess with them and change things around to what they want, it's not going to work out to their favor that they'll find, right? If you're that type of student that thinks that you're going to take something and turn what is already good into something that's even better, well, you're more likely just going to mess it up because then you don't fully understand the system. And this isn't entirely his fault. I think he might have misread what the chart settings should have been, and had it on a different chart for that setting. For example, in the Nasdaq instead of the ES. But nonetheless, it's real money. It's a real consequence of life and of trading. So he's down 110 for the day. And then we have Morgan Hilton with an $84 live real money micros trade. Now she took this at the opening. This is a advanced trade. This isn't based off those HVA levels, and it is exclusively for those students who are either ready to go live or are live, right? And that's not the only trade she took. She did have another trade. She took that in the minis. I'll show it here. Here it is. It was in oil. Yes, there is a micro oil, and there's oil for the minis side. One thing you have to realize, the micro oil doesn't have nearly as much volume as the minis does. And so she knows that, and so she trades a minimal of one lot in the regular oil here. So she was up another 120. So she made over $200 today in her trading session off of these levels that are given out the night before. And lastly, I wanted to highlight a student who has graduated from the micros room back into the minis, and that's Dr. Rich Kinder here, taking a one lot 10 tick winner in the regular gold. It's the same edge as in the micros. They're not always the same. You'll find that out when you come into our rooms. Nonetheless, it was the same setup and same execution, and he took it live real money, $100 winner. So that'll wrap us up for those trades that I wanted to go over today. Again, today's equities weren't that great. We had more opportunities in gold and oil and other markets other than, the micro Nasdaq and micro Dow. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. You're not always going to get something. It's best not to force something. We'll find out how tomorrow will be. We'll get our HVAs tonight. If you're interested in finding out what we do here at Target Trading Academy, how we do it, and why we have so many live successful students in our rooms trading our methodology, find us on Facebook. Again, we're Target Trading Academy. My name's Preston Vogel. Get in touch with a representative there. They'll be glad to take you into one of our rooms during the day, answer your questions, and give you a free lesson. Or you can go to our website at targettradingacademy.com and get in touch with us there. We look forward to seeing you in the room.